Good evening, people, and welcome to the first episode of Believable or Bullshit. My name is Matt. I'll be your host. As most of you know, I am also an author. Recently, The House on the Hill. So, in the spirit of that, I have been getting a lot of email from people wondering if I am going to stay in the horror genre or flip back over to mainstream science fiction. Truthfully, I don't know yet. It depends on a couple of different factors. One, obviously, how in demand my books are in the horror genre, and two, if it keeps my interest. So far, I would have to say, yeah, it's holding my interest pretty well. The next thing I've been asked a lot about, I told somebody on Twitter not long ago that I was going to write another horror book after this one here, The House on the Hill. And I don't want to give any spoilers away, but the next book that I do is going to be intertwined with The House on the Hill. And you'll have to buy both books to kind of figure that out. Okay, and the other email that I've got repeatedly over and over again is, do I have any intentions of making any movies out of my books? As you know, The Flaw, the one about the pandemic and the virus, the good thing about that is I have already sold it. Well, I am in the works right now of doing a licensing deal with it. So that should hopefully come to pass here quickly. As for the other books, I'm not really sure, basically because it's not something that's an easy process, and there are so many different books out there that are being turned into movies and miniseries and what have you. The competition is basically fierce. And so, with that being said, let's move on. The next thing that I'm asked a lot of is if I'm married. Yes, I am married, happily, most of the time. So that's been a big question I've been getting a lot for some reason. I'm not really sure why. Okay, and then also another thing that I want to touch on is what we're going to be doing on this show. I'm going to be utilizing my viewer response as well as just common sense, and we're all going to kind of look at these videos together, and we're going to either say they're believable or they're bullshit. I mean, it's either or. And so I'll be taking as many suggestions as you want to send my way of what you want to see next. If you have any videos that you want me to take a look at, if you want everybody to take a look at, please feel free to contact me at dmracy.com. Again, that's dmracy.com. And before I forget, don't forget to subscribe and like the videos and subscribe to the channel, obviously. But that is going to be our main purpose here. And the reason I decided to do it this way is simply because, a lot of people say that, oh, this video here is real and this video here isn't real. And I think if we kind of, combine our common sense and our eyes together, we can pretty much figure out which is, BS and which is more plausible. I have gotten a flood of emails with videos in them and what have you. I haven't been able to go through the majority of them. Today was kind of hectic trying to set up everything, and then we were going to go live. Unfortunately, I figured out that there's a 24-hour verification period that has to go through YouTube in order to do a live stream. And with the current coronavirus in play, everything's going at snail's pace. So anyway, on that note, I do have a location already set up for the first investigation, the first paranormal investigation. I've purchased a spirit box. I've also purchased it's a GoPro camera. It's got the chest harness. It's also got a head harness. But you will not see me ever putting that on my head. So let's just be clear about that now. It'll go around my waist, and that's about as far as it's going on my body. So I think also we're going to probably be setting up and having a contest for the best ghost story. And I'm not exactly sure what the prize is going to be yet. But it won't be some cheesy crap that you can get out of a gumball machine for 50 cents. So look at it that way. So tell your friends, tell your family, tell your enemies, tell them to check out the channel. Like and subscribe to videos. Yeah, there's only a few right now, but I promise within the next couple of weeks we'll be loading them on there faster and faster every day. Also, there have been a couple of things that I've wanted to kind of get off my chest. There was recently some curiosity. I had a lot of people ask questions about the book Touch, and if it was any relation to the girl in Stephen King's book Firestarter. And to answer that question, yes, it most certainly is. The book Touch is based off Firestarter, but it essentially chronicles her life after the movie ended. So essentially you're looking at the teenage years, high school, so forth. And she still has all of her power, and for obvious reasons, it's a pretty good thrill ride. So yes, to answer that, and sorry, the long version, yes, it is based off his book. The other thing I get a lot of questions about is what is going to make our show different than anybody else's. And frankly, it's because we're not going to believe every single thing that we see. I cannot tell you how many TV shows and just stuff on YouTube I've seen where you get these ghost hunters and they go out and the wind blows and they jump around like somebody stuck a rattlesnake in their underwear. So this is going to be no BS ghost hunting. If I think the places aren't haunted, I'm going to tell these people the places aren't haunted. And I may not be that nice about it. I don't like having my time wasted. I'm not going to be a dick, but let's be frank. I mean, most of you know me from the majority of my posts on Facebook, so take that into consideration. But I like to think that's what is going to make us stand out. And tonight's episode is only going to be 10 minutes, basically to kind of dip my toes in the water and give you guys a taste to see what comes next. I promise you in the next couple of weeks we're going to have a little more in-depth discussions about things. I'll definitely go into more questions I've been getting. I honestly did not expect to get as many emails and as many questions as I got. As soon as I said I was doing this, people just went crazy and started sending me stuff, literally by the hundreds. So, but again, I promise I will go through the majority of the stuff tonight. I will try to answer as many questions as I possibly can. Like I said, if you have any ghost stories, if you have any videos you want to debunk, please feel free to send them, to my web address, dmracy.com. You can get a hold of me there, or you can contact me through Facebook, or you can contact me at dmracy@hotmail.com. And again, that's dmracy@hotmail.com. And don't forget to tell your friends and your family and your enemies to watch the videos, subscribe to the channel, and like it. Alrighty? So I hope everybody has a good weekend, and I will talk to you all soon.